Welcome to Isibani Community Centre in Winterton. We're just going to give you a quick guided tour so you can see all the different buildings and what each one's going to be used for. So we'll start by having a quick look at the church. The church is a working church. It's used by the Dutch Reformed Church on Sundays, but we are allowed to use it in the week if we wanted to use it for meetings, but it's not somewhere we can move into on a permanent basis. Next to the church there's a small room which we're hoping to take over and to use as a small creche. The children that, when their parents are perhaps coming to the clinic, the children are waiting around, so we just need a safe place that they can play. At the moment this building does need a little bit of work, as you will see, but we're hoping to get that underway quite soon. So this will be the site of the creche. It's near enough to the other buildings for the children to be safe, and it's going to be an area where they're not going to be playing near the cars or the main road. The next building we're going to look at is the distribution centre. This is over 2 rooms. The first room that we're going to look at here is the room that we use when goods are first received. This was only completed within the last 4 weeks, so it's still a little bit of a mess, but this is the room where goods are actually received into. They're then sorted and organised and taken into the room next door. This room has shelving that's just been completed within the last 7 days, so we're just in the process of transferring all our goods onto the shelves and onto the racks, which makes it much easier for us to be able to distribute when people are in need, or perhaps following the fires that tend to come through each year. People are left with nothing, so we need to be able to quickly pull things from shelves to be able to give out. So everything should be labelled, making it nice and easy for us to manage this now in future. So this is one of the new rooms recently completed. We'll go next to the offices. Again, a recent addition to Isibani. We've been in here just for a few weeks. So moving into the first office, this is our new reception. This is one of our new volunteers, Romeo. So this is where clients on first arrival would be greeted by our receptionist, and she'd take the initial information before referring, depending on what their problem is. At the back of this room we have a small kitchen and toilet. Again, recently added, and it's going to be the staff toilet. Once it's plumbed in, we don't actually have sewerage for this at the moment. So we have 2 offices on this side, this being the first office. This is shared by me, Anne, and Talani, who's our community development worker. So from this room we do welfare issues, as well as I run a feeding scheme called Matthew 25, where we feed the most vulnerable in the community, and also some micro loans, a microfinance project also run from here. Next door we have Sophie's office. Sophie deals with welfare, home affairs, abuse, rape and general abuse cases, and she works from here. Okay. Moving across to the other side, you can see the grass has been newly laid. It's just got some topsoil on today to help it to grow a little bit more evenly. We have a seating area here, so as people come and arrive for clinic day, this is where they're going to be able to wait while they're waiting to see the nurses. We're hoping to have this covered over with some shade cloth so people can actually stay out of the sun, but that's something that's in the pipeline. So on this side we have some more offices, again recently moved into. This office is used as the office of Barbara. Barbara manages the creches in Katani. We've got 4 creches now, as well as a baby daycare centre, but it's also used as the spare office of anybody else who doesn't have anywhere to work, because Barbara only works here part-time. We have Christine on this side. Christine's our nurse, volunteer from Australia, and she deals with all the health issues at Isibani. And this is Nicola. We saw her desk just a moment ago, so she's just at the moment working with Christine. We have here a waiting area, so people waiting to see Christine have somewhere to sit. And through here we have a door which we're going to use this room for our testing and counselling. So people needing to be tested for HIV are going to actually receive their counselling and tests in here. And you can see there's a separate door leading out of this room, so having been counselled and tested, people might not want to walk right through the waiting area again, so they have a separate way out to leave privately. We have a small room where our team of home-based carers, we have about 6 or 7 people working with us now in the community, and they use this room as their little office, and also another bathroom there. Okay, so these are all our new buildings that we've moved into very recently. We're going to move now onto some of the buildings that we've been using for a longer time. So taking you very briefly into the next room, this used to be used as emergency accommodation for people that have nowhere else to go. So we had a lady living in here not all that long ago. Needs a little bit of work, but our hope is that this is going to be turned into toilets. So the multitude of people arriving on clinic day, sometimes over 100 people, are going to have toilet facilities. So we'll hope to incorporate ladies and gents toilets within this space. We do need some work in here. We're going to need to sort out the roof, which isn't entirely satisfactory, as well as some little bit of interior decoration. So we need to raise some funds to be able to sort this out. Not only that, unfortunately at the moment we don't have a sewage system. We only have one toilet that's actually operational, so we are hoping to be able to sort out the sewerage in the not too distant future so we can actually make these toilets operational for our clients. This is the office that we used to work from. We all used to work from the same office. Unfortunately that didn't really give our clients much privacy, so we've now converted this into a waiting room, which is used for clinic days, so the people at the moment are able to wait in here while they're waiting to see the nurses. It's also used if we have any training events or if we need to have meetings. We've got a nice room here that we can use for a variety of purposes. The room next door we use for special needs days. This is where children and adults from within the community with Down syndrome or multiple sclerosis or paralysis or various other complaints can come and be seen. This is also used as a clinic. We had a clinic day on Monday, just 2 days ago, so you'll see it's set out with the various different screens, making 3 or 4 different cubicles so people can be seen in privacy, and again more of a waiting area because we do have a lot of people arriving to see the nurses at the clinic. This is another room that we used for meetings, and we also use it for support groups, so facilitating carers, people living with HIV. We're able to have little workshops for them, so both of these rooms can be used for these purposes. So not really much work is needed here. The only thing we hope to do is to raise some money to buy some physiotherapy equipment, so we could allocate part of this room as a permanent physiotherapy suite. Okay. So walking with you now, we're going to go next past the remainder of this building. At the moment this is occupied by some people we're hoping are going to be moving out within the next month, and this then will be used as a kitchen. We want to have a kitchen available so we can feed children that are living in poverty. We're going to offer them meals before and after school, therefore ensuring that they are fed and hopefully going to become more healthy and able to concentrate at school. Okay, over this side we've got a couple of caravans, as you can see. Again, these used at the moment as emergency accommodation, so people that have had to leave home, sometimes under the risk of domestic violence, we're accommodating them in here on a temporary basis until we can find something more permanent for them. So coming in this direction, we're going to come across another couple of buildings. The building first on my right here, this is going to be used for 2 purposes. The first part of this building is used at the moment by a project running parallel to ours, and they run a sewing and crafts training centre. So ladies are able to upskill in sewing particularly, but also some crafts, with the intention of being able to secure employment or maybe even start their own business.